Throughout American history, people have made life choices that have majorly defined their futures in one way or another, and now it's your turn. You've worked hard to get this far in your high school journey, and now you're trying to decide which path you'll take. The three main pathways students choose from are usually from the three E's: enrollment in college, employment, or enlistment in the military. Today, we are here to talk all about enrollment. Enrollment is more than signing up for classes. It's the first step in building the future of our local communities, our state, and our nation. So what is enrollment? Let's check in with Alicia Lewis from the Arkansas Division of Higher Education to find out.
When people hear the words college or post-secondary education, they may assume that we're talking about students seeking a bachelor's degree. However, it actually means so much more than that. To us at the Division of Higher Education, any education that you receive beyond high school is college. Some students either don't need or don't want to spend 4 or more years in college after graduating from high school, but they can still benefit from education. For students who wish to learn a trade, there are options that provide an educational jump start into their desired field with certificates that only take a few weeks to complete or an associate degree that takes a couple of years. Some students may even decide after starting their associate degree that they would like to continue to a 4-year college or university to complete a bachelor's degree. Those students may be eligible for a 2+2 transfer. Their 2 years of credits from a local community college can be transferred to a 4-year institution in Arkansas, allowing them to complete the last 2 years required for a bachelor's degree. With a variety of educational paths available, students can choose the option that best suits their needs and aspirations, which leads us to explore the diverse reasons they may want to pursue post-secondary education in the first place. There are many reasons a high school student may choose to enroll in a post-secondary education, ranging from seeking education towards a specific career goal to pursuing athletic opportunities to simply wanting to learn more about themselves and their career goals. Let's hear from a couple of current Arkansas college students to learn why they applied. First up is Asher, who followed the athletic pathway to college.
My name is Asher Hamilton. I'm currently attending South Arkansas College. I'm a class of 2026. I'm currently getting my AA degree. Actually, it was athletics. I'm here playing baseball. Honestly, if I weren't playing baseball, I don't know if I'd be going to school anywhere. I'd probably go into the workforce. But baseball has just brought a whole bunch of opportunities to me, and I'm really blessed to have the opportunities to go to school here and do the thing I love.
Then there are students like Olivia, whose plans for the future changed in the planning phase and took an unexpected path.
My name is Olivia Munn. I am a senior at Southern Arkansas University, and I'm in the SAU College of Education and Human Performance. My major is elementary education STEM. I chose to apply to college for both field of study and athletics, but ended up just doing field of study. I was actually committed to play softball at a college in Arkansas, but decided it was not where I was supposed to be at the time.
When you go to college, you not only have a chance to learn about the field that you want to study, but also about yourself and your goals for your future.
College has been a really good experience, even though it has been troubling at times. It is definitely a place where you find your identity and purpose. I've met a lot of my closest friends and have had so many opportunities come up because of college. I never thought I would be able to get out of my comfort zone, but I have really found my voice and confidence since being in college. Being an elementary education major, I have learned a lot about myself. To be an effective teacher, you have to have a lot of patience, creativity, and compassion. Yet you also have to have a lot of grace, and not just towards your students, but also your coworkers and yourself. College has taught me how to persevere through difficulties and stay focused on my goals even when things get hard. After graduating with my bachelor's, I'm going to pursue my master's in special education. My goal is to become a teacher who creates an inclusive classroom where every child feels valued and supported. I want to meet the diverse needs of all students. I'm truly passionate about helping students reach their full potential and even going beyond. I want to continue learning how to provide the best instructional strategies. My goal is to grow as an educator and possibly take on a leadership role where I can support other teachers in meeting the needs of diverse learners.
Compared from high school was a little bit different for me. I've learned that I've actually applied myself this time. In high school, I really didn't apply myself well, and I've found where my work ethic has gotten better here at South Ark. My goals beyond graduation, I would like to be playing baseball as long as I can. I'm attending Oklahoma State University next year for baseball, and hopefully I can still be playing baseball, but next year I'm getting a business degree, and after college, hopefully I can just go into the workforce, but I'm not really too sure what I'm going to do yet with that.
So what are your goals for the future? What can you do to pave the path for your dreams, and how can we help? The idea of finding funds for college can seem daunting, but there are plenty of financial aid options to make paying for college manageable. First things first, you need to complete the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA, which can be found at studentaid.gov. Completing this form not only opens up a potential access to grants, loans, and work-study options from the federal government, but it can also help you receive financial aid from the state and even your institution. For instance, institutions use your FAFSA information to create your financial aid package. This outlines the aid that you're offered for the academic year, and some private financial aid providers may use your FAFSA information to determine whether you qualify for their assistance as well. In Arkansas, to receive state scholarships, you must complete the FAFSA. In fact, if you're applying for our Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship, filling out the FAFSA also lets us know whether you would qualify for the scholarship add-on, Challenge Plus, which can provide students with additional funding on top of their regular Academic Challenge Scholarship based on financial need. When you apply for our state scholarships, you will not need to upload your FAFSA information to our application. We do that for you. However, it is important to know that it takes us several weeks to receive your FAFSA information and upload it to your application. So don't panic if you don't immediately see your eligibility change upon submitting your FAFSA form to the federal government or when your institution receives your information. Colleges and universities often receive your FAFSA information long before we do. If you don't see your FAFSA information uploaded to your application in 6 to 8 weeks after you have completed it, feel free to reach out to a financial aid team and they can help troubleshoot any potential issues. So let's talk a little bit more about our state scholarships. After you've checked out all of our scholarship options on our website, sams.adhe.edu, your next step is to create a Scholarship Application Management System, or SAMS account, to apply. We suggest that you do not use your high school email address to create your account, as you will lose access to your high school email after you graduate. If not updated in your SAMS account before your high school email access disappears, you will risk missing out on award offers and other scholarship information, notification emails, or getting locked out of your account if you forget your password. However, if you do need to create your SAMS account with your high school email, remember to change your email to a personal one in your profile before you turn the tassel on your graduation cap. One of our more commonly known scholarships is the Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship. You may hear some people refer to it as the Lottery Scholarship. This scholarship is available to students regardless of their academic status, whether they're just graduating from high school, currently enrolled in college, enrolling in college for the first time, or re-enrolling after a period of time out of college. The application period for this scholarship begins in October and ends July 1, and you're applying for the next school year, so you apply during your senior year for your freshman year of college. In addition to completing the FAFSA to be considered eligible for the traditional version of the Academic Challenge Scholarship, here are a few other things you may need. A score of 19 or more on the ACT or an equivalent test or score, a high school GPA of 3.0, or a diploma of merit. There are a few other basic requirements that you need to meet in order to qualify for the scholarship, like residency and not exceeding a certain number of previously earned credit hours. But you can read all about those and additional requirements for the following scholarships on our website. Students who receive the Academic Challenge while attending a four-year institution can expect to be awarded $2,000 in their freshman year, $4,000 in both their sophomore and junior years, and $5,000 during their senior year. Students attending a two-year institution will be awarded $2,000 their freshman year and $3,000 in their sophomore year. Now, if you're an Arkansas high school senior who has or will earn 27 or more college credit hours before you begin college in the fall after your senior year, then you may be eligible to request an increase in your Academic Challenge funding from the freshman award to the sophomore level. This option is meant for students who will be graduating early and are comfortable forfeiting their first semesters of funding to receive a higher level of funding. There's also a similar option available to you for your senior year of college. However, you should also keep in mind that if you do not forfeit your funds but are graduating early, you can request to use your academic challenge funds to pay for some of graduate school, up to 2 semesters, if enrolling in an eligible institution. Students receiving the traditional version of the academic challenge scholarship must enroll in at least 12 hours in their first fall semester following their high school graduation and at least 15 hours each semester thereafter to receive funding for that semester. So to continue your eligibility to receive the scholarship, you will need to earn 27 semester hours during your first academic year and 30 semester hours each year after that, as well as maintain a 2.5 cumulative GPA. The deadline to apply for this scholarship is July 1st. For those interested in a career in STEM or other career that is in high demand regionally or across the state, the Arkansas Future Grant may be a good choice for you. Our Future is available to every person enrolled in an eligible program who has graduated from an Arkansas high school, an Arkansas homeschool, or a GED program, or anyone who has a high school diploma and has lived in Arkansas for 3 years and has not yet earned an associate degree. Students who receive this grant are eligible to earn a maximum of 75 course credit hours. AR Future, or Our Future, covers the tuition and fees for qualifying certificates and associate degree programs at participating 2-year institutions and up to $3,800 at participating 4-year institutions. Part-time students are also eligible to receive this award. The deadline to apply for the Arkansas Future Grant is July 1st for the fall semester and January 10th for the spring semester. The Arkansas Workforce Challenge provides workforce training to those interested in high-demand areas of healthcare, information technology, and industry. Eligible classes are not limited to credit-bearing programs. Non-credit workforce training classes in healthcare, IT, and industry categories may qualify for funding as well. For both the Workforce Challenge and the Arkansas Future Grant, you can find a complete list of participating institutions and their qualifying programs on the scholarship overviews on our website. To be considered eligible for Workforce Challenge, you must be an Arkansas resident who is a high school graduate or has received a high school equivalency and is enrolled in a qualifying program. However, it is important to note that you cannot receive the Workforce Challenge and the Academic Challenge at the same time, and if offered both scholarships, you'll need to choose between the two based on which suits your purpose the best. Once you accept one of these 2 scholarships in your SAMS account, the system will automatically decline the other scholarship on your behalf. So make sure that you're thinking it through and have read all of the information provided to you in the offer email before you click accept on any of your scholarship offers. Currently, the Workforce Challenge covers the cost of a certificate program or a program of study not to exceed $800 per program. But recent legislation, as part of Arkansas Access Act, will be updating the scholarship so that students will be able to receive a maximum of $3,000 a year or the cost of the program, whichever is less. This change is expected to take place in the fall of 2026. The Arkansas Workforce Challenge is a non-renewable grant, but if you successfully complete your program of study, you will be allowed to reapply for the award in another eligible program. If you do not successfully complete your program, you will still be allowed to apply one additional time. If you are interested in applying for Arkansas Workforce Challenge, you must do so at least 30 days prior to enrolling in your eligible program. Our most academically rigorous scholarship program for graduating high school seniors is the Governor's Scholars Program for Distinguished Scholars. To apply for this scholarship, high school seniors must have a minimum 32 ACT Super Score or 1410 on the SAT while maintaining a 3.5 cumulative GPA. Completing the FAFSA is also required to be considered. This scholarship pays for tuition, mandatory fees, and room and board up to $10,000 per academic year for 4 years. You will need to apply by March 1st to be considered so that we have time to determine eligible students from the non-distinguished version of the program. The Governor's Scholars Program for non-distinguished scholars is offered to high school seniors who will graduate with a diploma of distinction or who will have earned an associate degree by the end of the summer semester following their high school graduation. You must also complete the FAFSA for this program. This scholarship pays for tuition, mandatory fees, and room and board up to $5,000 per academic year for 4 years. The application deadline for this version of the scholarship is July 1st. Some students may also be eligible for the Arkansas Heroes Scholarship, which provides an 8-semester scholarship to undergraduate students seeking a bachelor's degree at any public or private institution in Arkansas who also qualify as a dependent of an Arkansas resident who's been declared killed in action or to be 100% totally and permanently disabled during or as a result of service or in the line of duty. There is a longer list of those who are considered Arkansas heroes, but a few examples for service would include military service, law enforcement, firefighters, emergency medical technicians, or teachers. This scholarship waives in-state tuition, housing, and mandatory fees at eligible Arkansas institutions. The application deadline for the Arkansas Heroes Scholarship is July 1st. If you are an Arkansas student who plans to teach in the state's public school system, then you might be interested in the Arkansas Teacher Academy Scholarship. This scholarship offers $6,000 for tuition and program fees each semester for undergraduate studies, and for every year a student receives funding, they are required to teach in an Arkansas public school. You may also be able to get graduate programs covered as well with the same work requirement. However, if you didn't complete the required teaching requirement, that will result in the awarded money being converted to a loan that you must repay. Interested students must be an Arkansas resident who maintains satisfactory academic progress. You may qualify regardless of whether you have college credit, but you must maintain satisfactory academic progress each semester toward becoming a licensed teacher in Arkansas. The application deadlines are January 10th for the spring semester and July 1st for the fall semester. Now, those were all of the financial aid programs that can help you after you graduate from high school, but there's another scholarship that can help students while they're still in high school, the Access to Acceleration Scholarship, or A2A. Are you familiar with the terms concurrent enrollment and dual enrollment? If not, let's break them down briefly. Concurrent enrollment is the enrollment of a high school student in a college course for high school credit and college level credit. Concurrent enrollment allows students to obtain credit towards a high school diploma at the same time they're earning college credit. Dual enrollment is the enrollment of a high school student in a post-secondary education exclusively for college credit. High school students enrolled in a dual enrollment course may petition the district or high school to consider allowing the college level dual enrollment credit to be considered for high school credit. The Access to Acceleration Scholarship allows qualified high school students to enroll in concurrent courses and to be covered by A2A. This scholarship is available to students who are classified as a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior in high school and awards up to $65 per semester credit hour for up to 15 credit hours per semester, or 30 credit hours per academic year. However, if a student is dually enrolled, A2A may not cover full tuition and additional payments may be required from the student or the student's parent and guardian. For this scholarship, if you're interested in learning more about how to apply or the requirements, we suggest that you reach out to your high school counselor to discuss whether this is the best path for you. You do not have to complete the application for this scholarship in SAMS. The institutions involved in the process will complete it on your behalf. As you can tell, there are many different types of scholarships. In addition to the state scholarships offered by the Arkansas Division of Higher Education, federal financial aid provided through FAFSA, and institutional scholarships offered by colleges, you may also wish to apply for some private scholarships. Private scholarships are offered through many different organizations and businesses. You may be surprised to learn that many of your favorite brands offer scholarships for students. There are also several free scholarship search sites available for you on the web, such as Fund My Future through the Arkansas Student Loan Authority, FastWeb, and Unigo. But with all of these scholarship search options available, the important thing to remember is to never pay for one. If you have questions about the legitimacy of a scholarship website, you can reach out to the ADHE Financial Aid staff for their opinion at their email address, finaid@adhe.edu, or call them at 501-371-2050. Now that you know some ways to help you move forward on your educational journey, let's take a moment to reflect on your high school experiences too. Consider the unique challenges that you've faced and the victories you've celebrated. Each one has shaped who you are today. If you could have a heart-to-heart with your younger self, what advice would you give? This reflection not only helps you appreciate your journey so far, but also helps you get pumped for the exciting adventures that await you in college. To add some real-life insights, let's hear from Asher and Olivia. They're ready to share their wisdom that they wish they could have given to their high school selves, along with some advice for today's students navigating this thrilling, yet sometimes overwhelming path. Their stories are relatable and will help guide you as you prepare for your own journey ahead. So let's jump in and get reflecting.
I just basically tell them, just take everything more serious. In high school, I kind of just messed around, didn't really try, didn't really apply myself. I would just basically say, just do your work and you're going to be good. It's pretty simple. Just do your stuff and apply yourself in high school and college is pretty easy.
If I could go back and talk to my younger self, I would tell her that everything will fall into place. You will have the best support around you who continue to help you grow and push you to reach your goals. I would tell her not to be afraid because college can feel overwhelming, but it is also a time of growth. You will find your purpose. I will remind her that it is okay to not have everything figured out, and every challenge is an opportunity to learn. I would also tell her to enjoy the little things, such as meeting new people, even though it can be really scary, discovering the things you like to do, and growing in faith. Those experiences shape who you become. My message to current high schoolers is to go into it with an open mind and a willingness to grow. Find your people. College is not just about earning a degree, but discovering who you are and what you are passionate about. You can step out of your comfort zone, ask for help when you need it, and make connections with others. There will be trials and tribulations along the way, but those moments help you build resilience, faith, and endurance. Endurance develops strength of character. Most importantly, find joy in the season of life you're in, and trust that every experience is preparing you for the person you were made to be.
College is for everyone. No matter what type of program that you choose to pursue, it will only get you one step closer to your dream future, and we're here to help. If you have questions about state aid for college, you can reach out to our financial aid team by emailing finaid@adhe.edu or by calling or texting us at 501-371-2050. But no matter whether you choose the path of employment, enlistment, or enrollment after high school, we can't wait to see all of the amazing ways that you will each contribute to the future of the United States. Good luck. You've got this.